So let me just write. I've written a couple of things down here that I want to ask you about and tell you about. I'm going to ask you first of all, can you tell us what level of the military that you achieved?
No,
Okay.
I don't want to. I don't want to. I
Okay,
don't
I
want to.
understand.
It's out there anyway, but I don't
Yeah,
want
but
to dwell
because
on.
not because I haven't had the pleasure of you on my channel over these years that we've all been, whistleblowing. There will be an element of people that don't know
I'll
who
say a reasonably high rank as non-commissioned officer.
Okay, okay, brilliant. You mentioned the Andromedans a couple of times. Do you tell us what do you mean I mean, I know about the Andromedans, of course, but what do you mean the Andromedans? Tell us.
The Andromeda Galaxy.
Hmm.
So the Andromeda Galaxy is pretty united and good. It's a non-falling galaxy. So if you look at the Milky Way, you'll see it has a 55-degree angle in comparison to the Andromeda Galaxy because it's falling. You'll also notice the Milky Way is counter-rotating if you look down on its north pole. It's rotating counterclockwise, where most of the non-falling galaxies, the good galaxies, are rotating clockwise and they're parallel to each other in a what they call the eight-carton universe. It's kind of an octagonal relationship on octagonal lines. The galaxies are stacked at four levels, like an eight-carton. Like four eight-cartons nest on top of each other.
Okay. When you say the Andromeda Galaxy has fallen, what do you mean
Now, the
exactly?
Milky Way has fallen. Andromeda is the galaxy they fell out of. The solar systems in the Milky Way fell with the fallen angelics. They joined the Luciferian rebellion in various maneuvers that created a rip in the Andromeda galaxy, the planet where humanity used to be, called Tara. And it created a rip in the space fabric and a black hole. And it pulled systems out of Andromeda and created the Milky Way.
Okay, but Andromeda is good. The Andromedans are largely good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I feel too. So thank you
And
for
it's a
confirming.
massive galaxy. Milky Way's not that big.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know a couple of people. I believe their work, Alex Collier being one. I know you know who he is.
Yes.
I trust him. I trust his information on the Andromedans that he's connected to, Monet and Phaseus. Phaseus has moved on, and I trust a lady called Marcella Valesco. Have you heard of her?
No, I have not.
She's a sweetheart. I met her years ago in Mount Shasta at Rob Potter's conference. Me and Alex were sitting with each other. So I've known Alex a long time. And we were sitting next to each other. And he wanted me, he said, oh, we were hanging out at this conference. And he goes, I want to watch this lady who's asked me to watch her presentation. And she said she's connected to Andromeda. And so we sat together watching Marcella. And I kept watching Alex to gauge him to see watch his body language because you don't mess with that man at all. And he kept nodding at all her information, so that I knew she was absolutely like coming from the same song sheet, as we say. And then a little while ago, or a year ago, maybe now, I interviewed the two of them together. And it was lovely to kind of qualify and acknowledge the work that Marcella has done too, in the Andromeda. But especially when she spoke about going into the blue sun, and Alex is like, yeah, you know. So it's wonderful because it's so difficult to really, see who's truly coming from the loving space of bringing information without ego, which is very difficult for humans. Unfortunately. The other thing I wanted to tell you a story, making sure I've written all my years ago. I don't know if Camp Pendleton was on that map.
Camp Pendleton's not in Alaska.
No, I know, but you were doing the previous American ones.
Yes. Yes, it's on there.
Okay, just wanted to double check. Because so Camp Pendleton, as you know, is like Oceanside, California, right near San Diego, where I used to live for a long time. I lived on the island of Coronado. which is full. Half of that is a complete and utter nuclear base, as you know. And I was driving back from Dana Point to San Diego one day, dark, late at night. And as you go through Camp Pendleton, it's just miles and miles of mountain, mountain, mountain. You would never know there's a military base there unless you know it. And then on the side of the beach, so I'm driving back, so the ocean's on my right, and then the mountains are on my left. And I'm driving along, there's a few cars in front of me, pitch black, no lamp lights. And I look up and I can see tons and tons of green lights. Now, I think you think helicopter, right? Military base helicopter. So many of these green lights, so many of them, Jean. And then I threw a thought out, and I have learnt my lesson to stop bloody doing that because something always happens. I threw a thought out and I said to the mass, I said, I can see you like that. And they stopped and they froze. And then a couple came together, and I was like, oh, and one flew so fast to my car. Now my window was open this much, and Jean, what what was beside me was like a gigantic, it wasn't giant, but like it was like the size of my car, and it looked like a wasp with dangly legs. And it was buzzing. It was terrifying. I was like, oh, I was like, oh, sorry, sorry, sorry. Please go away like that. Because it telepathically responded to my thought. And then I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, like that, because it's terrifying. In the moment, I was scared, but it looked like a wasp. It was green and yellow stripes on it, and these legs. It was weird. It was odd. It looked like a bug. And then it went whew, that fast, straight back to the mass. And I thought, I bet they're having a laugh, me and my terror. Yeah, but I got the impression intuitively that they were observing something that was happening at Camp Pendleton. That was the intuition I got. But I felt like there was I don't know, element of machine and organic biological. Do you know what I mean? I've never seen anything like it. I still haven't. I've asked certain people, have you ever seen one of these? They're like, no, everyone has said no so far. So I don't know whether that sounds like something you've heard yourself before.
I've had encounters with insect types, yes, of non-terrestrials. Almost killed me. A borgia, which is like a beetle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where and what happened?
I wound up going to the emergency room, and they got worse and worse, and they giving me different antibiotics, and finally did like samples of pretty much everything except for my spine, blood samples, stool samples, you name it, and sent them. And he came in and he said, I don't know what you've been involved with, but you have 811 parasites that we don't know what they are. No one does. I've gone all over the earth, and they are not from the earth. They have DNA and material that's not from Earth. So I don't know what you're involved with, but and then you have pretty much everything known to man as far as a parasite. And there's nothing more I can do for you. So, make your last will and testament, because you got about a week to live. So it was at that point that a person that I knew that was a really nice person told me about Jim Humble's protocol. And so he gave me that, and I started getting better really quick. So I purchased a lifetime supply and did it like an extremely fast amount at a high level, and got over everything in about 1 week.
Good God. Jim Humble. Is it online, available online to look
Yeah,
up?
it's called the Master Mineral Solution for the 21st Century is this book. It's available online. You can order it through
Okay.
Amazon.
So say the name again.
The Master Mineral Solution for the 21st Century.
Master Mineral Solution for this for 21st century. I heard something. I wonder if you can confirm that you know how the ding dongs that have been running the world, they love to name things after themselves. Oh, how they titter and chortle at us. And there is a virus planned to be released, patented, of course, man-made, of course, to cause harm. But don't panic, people. It's just a rumor at the moment. But I heard it was being named Marburg. Mark Zuckerberg. So boring. Like, yay, android-looking person, we're going to reward you. We can name this after you. Oh, what is wrong with them? I just can't understand that level of course, I can't understand that level of psychotic, psychopathic, and soulless nothing. Have you heard about this potential?
I heard about
Yes,
it.
no.
I just heard about it. I haven't verified it.
Okay. Okay, brilliant. All right. Well, that was good. I think I'm so excited uh, to hear that you went to Ganymede, one of the moons of, well, it is a moon on off Jupiter. So now you're now the third person, you might be the fourth person who has said they've been there. And you didn't know, I knew others, and I'm so glad that it's just exciting, when you kind of dotting I's and Q's and bringing other people together that also have experiences that aren't influenced by others. It's just really nice to keep the information clean because then there's an element of like, okay, I guess that must be true then.
Hmm. Yes.
Brilliant. All right. Is there anything else that we feel we need to share with the beautiful people today?
Um, just God's blessings, and thank you for the years and the support and those that follow me, and uh, appreciate everything. And thank you for having me on your platform, Danny.
Jean Decode, it is my absolute pleasure and my honor. I'm thrilled to meet your acquaintance. I know that you protect your identity, and I think that what you've given us today is going to be really helpful for so many people. We can stop, pause on the maps, zone in, get more information. I really want people to learn what HARP is, how it actually affects microwaves, heats up the ionosphere, how it hits and bounces, how it can absolutely affects so many different things that we need to get an education on. We got to stop avoiding doing a bit of digging ourselves because that connects us to source and to ourselves rather than just listening and scrolling on and that silly word doom scrolling. Not everything, I'm telling you, I was killing myself laughing to not killing myself, but there's a donkey. I love donkeys, baby donkeys. I love them. I love horses and dogs. And I watch too many of these videos because they make me laugh and they keep my frequency high. This is one donkey gene. It can't stop farting. It runs around popping off. And its owner is filming it and it's her laugh. She's laughing so hard, this woman. I'm telling you. So there's a lot of happy things. So when people say doom scrolling, I'm like, no, I'm looking at donkey videos and horse videos and happy things. And not all scrolling is negative, is it?
I saw one with a donkey that loved the owner so much. When she came, it comes running up and kind of wraps its head or neck around the lady, and braying as it's coming up. It's obviously so happy to see its person it loves so much. It's sweet. And there's another
Yeah.
one somebody sent me of a donkey and a dog playing together, which I didn't know they did, but it was cute.
Oh, it's so lovely. Those and the animals they teach us such, just unconditional love and joy. And
Mhm.
it's so beautiful to keep remembering to just get there, get connected. Watch something beautiful, put it on, make yourself, no matter how low you're feeling, just look at something. Because the minute we laugh, the minute we change that brain chemistry, it just shifts us out of, a funk. And there's so much to do and so much to heal from, so much to recover from for everyone right now. Can I ask you in closing, um, who you might suggest as people are, obviously coming to meet you on this channel, but also wanting them to kind of reach out to people they may not know, or just share with us who you respect as a whistleblower at this current time? Would you be comfortable doing that?
Well, unfortunately, one is gone. That was James Rink. So
Oh,
James Rink passed on. I did. I was on his platform twice. He was a very
oh,
wonderful and good person. Um, Pretty much the platforms I go on is because I appreciate the person and I think they're a good person. So if people see the platforms I go on, Anna in Brazil, typical skeptic, Charlie Ward, let's see, I can't remember them all. There are so many, but there's a lot of good people out there. Um,
Yeah.
and people need to use, as you said, their own discernment. But there's a plethora that I follow as well. I have about 90 different platforms on YouTube that I look at because one that he's not in the know as far as the alliance. He doesn't believe in it, I don't think, but he has a daily update that I kind of follow just a little bit. It's Alex Christopher on the Duran. But a new one I'm following that I really like is the Promethean Project. There's two elderly ladies, I think one's in the UK, and they do an excellent job. And then sometimes Redacted has a lot of something really good. I like them as
Yeah.
well. Stephen Greer, sometimes I look at something he does. Robert Saffer. Through the Eye, she does some things. She's, I think, in Poland. Then I follow North the Husky, so I love Huskies. Of course, Dr. Sala, I'm on his platform periodically.
Yeah.
I love watching Desert Drifter, although he was killed in a car accident recently.
Oh,
Yeah, the Trek planners following on his footsteps, going out into the Northwest deserts and finding Native American stuff, and it's really fascinating. Greg Braden, I like his stuff. Praveen
Greg.
Mohan for, looking at ancient things in the, yeah.
He's my friend too, Praveen Mohan. I just went to Thailand with him like 2 weeks ago.
He's
Oh,
amazing. And he shows you things about, the stuff that, like a carving of a stegosaurus on a temple. And it's like,
oh,
if they are extinct for 40 million years, then, or something, then why is it here? Or was this guy,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. What's it doing there? He is so great. He's a Hindu monk, like for real. He lives as a monk. And when
I
we went
figured he
around,
was. Yeah, I
yeah,
figured he was. And
yeah,
then I
he
also,
is. He's so beautiful. Sorry, I just spent with the week with him and like six of his team are all Indians and they're beautiful Indian accents. And they don't mind if we enjoy making fun and laughter with their accent and them doing it with mine. Like, oh, it was so wonderful. We just saw so many things, and there's still so much to decode on these ancient temples
yeah,
and pyramids. And oh my God, it was
there's
amazing.
definitely things off in what they're telling us about how long people have been around or stuff, because you look at temples in Thailand and they have a stegosaurus on the temple, and it's like, how did they even know about them? Unless they saw them, or they had knowledge of them, or they were around, or something. They're around then, or the stegosauruses were around then, or what is it? So you have to ask some serious questions. So then I also follow a channel called Navajo Tradition. I like some of the Navajo knowledge. Berzikimon is good for information on what's going on in Ukraine. World News Report. Golden State is good. Once in a while I like Garland Nixon stuff, but I just don't have time for everything I follow. Military Summary is a good, just straight military summary of what's going on in Ukraine. A really good way of looking at it. The Gray Zone, sometimes I like some of their stuff. I follow stuff for home repair, so Saul de Blasio is good on that. The News Atlas, I sometimes follow him. That's Brian Beletic. He's getting kind of off on Trump, so I don't do so much recently. And then, let's see, Ashton Forbes is good for looking into things like MH370. He's a fair knowledge. X22, of course. He's always been good. He's a truther for forever. I mean, since way before me. So, and then India and Global Times, I follow that. Operation Freedom, of course. The doctor there, he's been around for a long time as well. And then a German channel. With the Umfla Sterreichch Bunden something right. Space Shot 76, of course, he's always good. And Dutch Incense sometimes, Journey to Truth sometimes. They're really good guys. I've been on their platform a few times. Kayush the Stunt Dog. although I think Keush passed on, so they got a new dog, I think. Of
Oh,
course, Indigo Angel, I've been on her platform a few times, and I do follow some of her stuff. Um, Tech Show has stuff on tech I like to look into sometimes. Donald Trump, of course. Handyman Startup, and Jesse does DIY, that's for home construction stuff. Um, Cultivate and Elevate, he talks about esoteric stuff as well as gardening with energy technology, like antennas, spiraling copper wires that you put into the ground with on a stick that goes way high. That does help. So DIY with Max. So that's a few of them. There's more than that I actually look at something now and then, but that's the the a lot of them that I do on
thank you
YouTube.
so much.
Those are the
That's
YouTube
brilliant.
ones.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. That's going to give, there was a ton there I'd never heard of. Obviously, I've heard of Michael Sala, Dr. Sala, Journey to Truth, Robert Callil, a typical skeptic. I was on there like years ago on on his channel. And then years ago, I interviewed Tyler and Aaron, and I was just in touch the other day with Tyler. And you mentioned James Rink. I mean, his death has hit hard. It's hit right in the core, right in the nucleus of why we're all doing what we're doing, why we're
Yes,
all
indeed.
whistleblowing, and why we shouldn't argue. I saw him at my last conference. He's such a monkey butt, honestly. Okay, so the first year I did, I think 2022, I let him be like my journalist guy, my filmer, right? So I gave him access to all my speakers. It was like, like Alex Collier, Michael Seller, and others. And oh my God. And Elena Nan and John Schultz Moyan and Chris O'Connor and I think Laura Eisenhower, maybe Brad Olson as well, because a lot of people that we both know were speaking, and I've spoken every year at my conference. And so he had access and he was filming them in a hotel room. And then I'm like, James, it's like 11 months. Where are my interviews? He put them all on his channel. Cheeky bugger. Thought that was so cheeky. But actually that was him. I kind of came to know, that was kind of him. And then on the last time I saw him was September the 19th, 2025, just gone at my conference at the Skywatch. We do a Skywatch. We call in, craft and staff, family, and connect. We did more of a meditation this year. And he's there. He's handing out flyers for his upcoming conference at my conference, like recruiting my audience. Oh my God. But he had such courage, he really did. And he looked so ill. I felt so sorry for him. And he really was unwell at the end physically. You could see a physical decline over the last 2 or 3 years. But he had a bunch of yellow roses for me and very sweetly gave them. He knew I'd kick his ass if I found him, giving out his flyer. Oh my God. And oh, so sad. Anyway, the last thing he said to me was, Dani, we all need to unite, and he is so right. And he was so right. And, it's just lovely. It's tragic that he's gone. Tragic. And but he definitely has, really just popped open doors and popped people open. And I feel like more people are now just getting over their huge egos or they're ignoring that. Don't talk to that person. Everyone's like, come on, let's just unite. This is what we need. Not him to pass away, of course, but we need everyone just like I'm doing, like inviting way more people than ever before. And if you've told me they're a grey, I'm going to go, well, are you a grey, Gene Decode? Do you like reptiles? You know what I mean? Just to get rid of the ridiculousness that's kept us apart and the infiltrations.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't like say things off about other platforms or people. I let people use their own judgment other than the ones I follow.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
saying bad things about people that are out there, really, that's point of something that people have to decide from themselves.
Yeah. And that list you gave, it's so good. I've written a ton down that I've never heard of. And Redacted, Redacted are I think they're doing like they're really kind of moving more into the mainstream because they're big. I mean, they're over 1 million or maybe 2 million now. I really feel like they're doing some good work. They're like, I feel like they're popping the bubble, popping over the barrier kind of thing into being more kind of present, in what is called mainstream. So brilliant. Well, sir, thank you again for your time. It's been so great to just, sit with you and feel your energy and hear you and look at all the work and the effort that you put into those presentations. And thank you again for gifting to the audience. Can you just give us your website? Because not everybody goes underneath to have a look. And do you have any conferences coming up? Do you have anything that you want to announce?
I don't do conferences or anything in public. God told me never to do that, so I don't. But my website is genedecode.org. You can see it here. And I have tonight news talk at 7. Bi-weekly news update. I alternate another one at 11:30 at night with Paul Broker in UK, and that's at 11:30 on Thursdays. So tonight I have news talk, and you can see a lot of different things I have on. The Decode we just did, the Alien Agenda Group series. That's one on Draco right there, and then I have a whole series on just things I've done. A whole bunch. And when you see a number, if you join the website, for example, world updates, this is 45 of them in that series. And there's the dumps. There's 6 currently in the dump series. Q&As, I do a Q&A at the end of every month just about. There's 39 so far there. And there's the dumps, envisioning projects we've done. Government and politics, there's a whole series, 3 on the Titanic series, government deceptions, there's 3 in that series. Then I do powerful prose, alternating between things for the whole family and the art of war currently, and there's 18 in there. And then we do some things on God, and that's a series we do frequently. We have one I do we have God's Bounty in the summer that we do about planning and growing and good techniques and technologies to do that. We do Sermon on the Mount series and scriptural studies. There's 17 there and 38 on the Sermon on the Mount series. And then Truth Behind 911, there's 5 in that series. The Bechag Mountain, the first one's out on that series. Manifest Destiny, there's 2 in that series. So, a lot of different things. So, COVID-19, we have a whole lot we did on that series. There's 5. There's 45 in the World Update series. So, that'd be the news talk and also the tea and scones that I do, nightcap. So, that's the website. And then my Rumble, if you're on the website, you can just click and go straight to my Rumble. And this is the paid section, the deep dives. There's a free area where you can see, the surface area. You can see some things for free in the surface area. And you can see there's a lot of items that I actually give away for free in the surface area that people can see. But if you go to the all that stuff for free, things on climate change and the true history of the Earth and the structure of the Earth, the Hollow Expanding Earth series, there's 2 there, one on Expanding Earth, one on Hollow Earth. There's the Expanding Earth one there. Those are for free. And then if you click on the Rumble, you can go straight into my Rumble. That's Real Gene Decode. And if you go back, you can click on my free website where all the interviews go. So, and there's other things on there too. I don't know how that got on that. I have to clean this off. Something got hacked in here somehow. Yeah, lots of laughs, surprise. Okay, so anyway, you can go to documents and resources, and there's all kinds of materials for research if you can see there. All the interviews and videos almost that I've done. We're still getting some up. As I said, there's Tea and Scones with Paul Broker, and it takes a while for it to update to see the thumbnails. And it goes all the way back to the days with Kirsten W. and B2T and all of that.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can see there's a lot of things here that are free. No commercials, no breaks. And it's free. So, that I'm supporting 2 websites. The $7 subscription for my deep dives helps support 2 websites, and I can't live off my retirement Social Security anymore, so it helps me live. So, back in the days with many of the different platforms that I've been on, Jaco and McAllister and Joshua Shapiro and Nicholas Vinyamin and It's just
Mm.
a lot of history here. So I put it up as kind of a historical archive. FISIG, that's a really good platform run by Crystal. So you can see things, Miyoko in Japan,
Yeah, she's a friend of mine.
yeah, Patriot Underground, and I mean, I've just been so many different platforms over the years, so many good people um, that I've been. There's Kirsten was on that platform at that time in that interview with me. Patriot Dave, who no longer is out there doing things with people anymore. Scott McKay of Patriot Street Fighter.
Yeah.
So that's my free website, and I'm Real Gene Decode on Truth Social and Telegram. So that's
Yeah.
my main there's my Telegram. You can connect to it directly from the website too. So everything's right there. And then we have a on the that's on the Blessed for Service site. And if you go back, they both interconnect. You go back to the genedecode.org. We have a I'm not going back there. Okay, let me see. Am I back there? Let's go back there then. Um, you can see there's a community area that you can chat and talk with people, and sometimes I can get time and go in there too. All my interviews and videos, some of my interviews and my videos are in here as well. And there's some things about me if you want to know about me and who I am and what I did, and submarines, dolphins, commission, qualification in submarines, different types of submarines, attack submarines, SSBNs, and the diesel submarine that was on SSBN patrol ribbon. So I did quite a few patrols on 2 different SSBNs. I've been on 5 different submarines in my career, 21-year career, a little bit
Yeah.
over that. So there's the website. So thank you for asking, Danny.
Oh, wonderful. No, I love it. It's so much better when the person that owns the website can like show us, share screen and navigate so that when we go, we've got a better idea of how to get around and how to find your Rumble, your Truth Social and Telegram and that's really, really good. Thank you so much. Well, I'm going to come up with the plan for you to come back, don't you?
Oh, yes, I figured you would, and I would be honored.
I can't wait. I think if we throw it out to the audience, if they would like to put in the comments underneath this broadcast what they would like for our next discussion, that would be good again because people are going a lot deeper, a lot deeper. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And so I honestly feel that just the awakening is so prevalent, so much more prevalent in people than ever before, and it certainly does need to be that indeed. So, Gene Decode, sir, I thank you so much for being here and bless you for all the work you're doing and everything you've done and will continue to do. I really appreciate you.
All right. Yes, thank you so much, Danny, and we'll see you next time.
All right, brilliant. Take care, sir. Take care.
Mhm.
And to you guys out there, thank you for being here. As you know, I am Dani Henderson. I send you so much love from my heart to yours, and I will see you soon, guys. God bless.
God bless.